restarted the Wi-Fi router, but if the quality is still choppy, then I recommend that you guys just don't watch the video because it won't be worth it. But first off, I just wanted to say thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. Now it's 1,100 or no, sorry, 1,040 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. That's very cool. But what I wanted to talk about today was how you need a story for your life. And I don't mean like you make up a story, because I don't think that's gonna help at all. But I think you need to have a vision for the future and also a frame for your past. And this doesn't mean to like alter the meaning of your past. It just means to have a clear understanding of what happened in your life that led up to who you are now, and then coming up with an idea of what you want to be and what you want to do in the future, and creating a sort of story from that, because it's easier to create a story and go along with that story than it is to just have like a New Year's resolution. Basically, just have a list of things you want to get done. It's better to have a story with it, and explain what you actually want to do in life. Uh, the one problem is you have to be very, very careful with creating a story, because if you're human, like everyone watching this, then you're going to at some points want to alter that story just a little bit, even just small parts of it. Especially if you have like an audience of some kind. Like a lot of guys who have YouTube channels, who talk about things similar to what I talk about on here, they tend to use their audience to create they tend to use their audience as an excuse to create a story for their life. And it's typically like the hero's journey story where they started from nothing. Everyone was against them. Everything was against them. They had nothing. And then one day they were the man. That's not what you want to do. You do not want to be those guys. If you become those guys, it's going to be very sad. Very sad, because eventually you're going to end up believing it. And you'll notice that when you hear those guys talk, they don't. It's like when they first start talking about their life story, it's just a brief overview of the events of their life. And then as they keep telling themselves the story of their life, where everyone was against them, they were fat, they were poor, they didn't have their life together, and then one day they woke up, they were they had 40 pounds of muscle, they had at least $100,000 in the bank, and they had their life in order. That's not how it goes, and that's not how it went either. They think that it's this just upward ascension to becoming who they are, when it's more of an uphill, downhill sort of thing. It's kind of like this chart that I remember my dad showing me. It's like, I think it's titled "The Life of an Entrepreneur," and how it's like you're excited, and then you realize there's a problem, and then you fix that problem, and you start to do better, and then there's a bigger problem, and now you feel like it's not worth it, and then you figure it out, and you're at a new high, and it's up and down constantly, like normal life is. So when you're telling yourself the story about your life, you don't want to falsify it. You don't want to pretend like you're special because you're not special. Not really. You are a individual human being who is unique, but you are not some special person who uh, has to deal with all these problems that no one else has to deal with. Like all these guys talk about how they were broke and out of shape and all these things, and it's like, okay, okay. What did your great grandparents have to deal with? Working all day? Yeah. Yeah, working all day, maybe multiple jobs, getting paid very little, being poor. But I don't think they did very much complaining. At least not like you, especially when you're sitting in your house talking to a camera and making a living off talking to a camera. I think you're just fine. I think you're fine. You're not really unique either. Even when you were poor, you probably still could eat. All right. So that's one important thing. You don't want to become the I'm special, look at me, but I'm super manly guy, basically. Because there's a lot of them nowadays. There's a lot of false prophets who want to, uh, who claim they want to bring men up, but then they go, well, you should talk about your feelings. Talk about your feelings. Just let it out. Let it out. Like it's a support group or something. It's like we all have problems. Everyone has problems. You walk down the street and you can ask someone about their problems, and I'm sure you probably wouldn't want their problems. You'd be just fine with yours. Forget there's some saying like if everyone put all their crap in a pile and compared it to each other, then you would run back and grab your problems or something like that. It's something like that. I don't remember what it is. Everyone has problems. So don't act like the super special, look at me, but I'm a manly man guy. You don't want to be that. But the reason why you want to look back at the past, like I said, is because you want to have a clear understanding of what your life was before. And also have a clear understanding of why you might have some of the problems you have now. Could be because of your parents, could be because of where you were born, could be because of the people you hung around with, and then you have to connect the dots and understand why you are the way you are so that you can improve. And that allows you to have a view for the future and tell yourself the story of the future. One that is not necessarily hero's journey story. I don't think it's bad to come up with a story in your head where you are you're the man. I don't think that's a problem. But if you twist it, and especially if you do this around other people and try to twist their perception of you into thinking that you are a guru, savior, uh, prophet, then that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's what you don't want to be. And that's why all these manosphere guys are ridiculous. Because it's always, I came from nothing. I was fat, broke, had no game, and then one day everything fell into place. Not how life works. You want to keep things realistic, and you want to keep going. Uh, and realistic does not mean limiting what limiting your imagination of what you could be. It's just being watchful over yourself and thinking about how you could accidentally twist yourself into believing something that you previously didn't believe and actually don't believe. Because we can do that. We can all do that. We can tell ourselves things, tell ourselves that we are better than everyone. We can tell ourselves that we are the hero of the story, which maybe you might be. Who knows? It depends on whose story you're a part of. You might be the hero. but that doesn't mean the hero should not be looking at himself in the mirror and going, "You're a hero. You're a great man." Great men don't call themselves great men, ever. A good man doesn't call himself a good man. A strong man does not call himself a strong man. He just is. He is. That's the important thing. You have to be, not talk about your tragic life story on the internet and trick people into following you because of your woe is me story of life. That's the important thing. So, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys again for 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Just a quick summary. Have a view for the future. Have a frame of the past and understanding the past. And don't falsify your life. Don't come up with this sob story where you were the low man and you ascended to the prophet. Don't do that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. The next video will be out on Friday, and then of course Monday, Wednesday, Friday there are live streams. And then next Monday I will have another Great Man video. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. And I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Thank you guys very much.